Come and create with me. Today we are going to look at creating three different kinds of planners for three different kinds of audiences. Our challenge is going to be to make them beautiful, practical, and into something that people would actually want to use. So we are going to jump straight into our creative project. So let's take a look at what we have planned for these particular three planners that I have in mind. So I am looking at creating the Content Creator Weekly Planner. This is usually, or my aim is for my Etsy store. This is something that can be used for Etsy store creators, Pinterest creators, and small business owners. So my theme, we think related to soft colors, modern icons, clean lines, minimal floral and accents or doodles, but not in a childish kind of way. Then we're going to look at our color palette. So we're going to look along the lines of sage green, dusty blue, soft peach, a warm kind of beige, or maybe some white background as well. And for my Etsy store in particular, I always like to add a touch of whimsical as it plays part of my store's name as well. So we're going to look at our whimsical touch, which is like a tiny camera, laptop, coffee cup, pencil, stars, leaves, but nothing too overwhelming to make it look a little bit too busy. Then I'm going to show you what my example layout is going to look like based on what we have just described on top. So usually I'm a visual kind of person, so I would like to see the whole picture that's in my mind on paper as well. So this is just like a little mock-up. This is not the actual planner. This is what it could look like. So with your headings and what it's for, and who it is for, and then just having like bold and beautiful kind of letters and wording. You can see our whimsical kind of pictures. Here in the mock-up, we went for a more soft, sagey kind of green and keeping it to a minimal but yet still practical, beautiful, and a touch of whimsy. And then we can maybe look at the week off. Then you have your content plan, weekly goal, priority, content ideas, weekly content, and the different kinds of platforms, your analytics, notes, and other tasks. And then, of course, your wins for the week and maybe something to improve for next week. So, this is just a little mock up. Well, what I would not intentionally do is to make them look like the following. We don't want to overload it with colorful, too much colors, as if you do your research, I've seen like a lot of very colorful like checklists, planners, and then there was also like a lot of minimal kind of uh, looks. So I want to create something in between because we don't want to copy someone else's work. So we want to make something unique and different for ourselves. So I'm not going to want to go too colorful, too rainbowish. We don't want to use like 20, 30 different kind of fonts. It can also be confusing. Not really any bright neon colors, not too huge kind of illustrations, because most of these were popular in around the 2020s. So we want to keep it up market, and make it more within the times. So we're going to look at what's trending now. So this is like the minimal whimsical kind of look. So like a soft beigey kind of look, hand-drawn leaves if possible, rounded boxes, little doodles, and lots of white space, because in most cases nowadays, less is definitely more once you take a look at that. So this is just the outline of what I am intending or planning to make my three planners look like. So I'm going to take you along as well, where I can show you some of my creation process as well, and then we are going to go from there. So let's jump into our section of creating with me. thank you for joining me, guys, and coming along with me on this creative journey of our first Create With Me episode in this series. Please let me know what kind of planner you would like to use, the intentional mom planner, the weekly teacher planner, or the content creators planner. And also let me know what you might have added additionally to one or all of these planners. This is it for today. So thank you once again for joining me, and I will see you again next Thursday with Create With Me.